Hey YouTube, my name's LuCKyy and you're watching an official Game Battles match. Now this match is not a PCOQ match, a Pro Circuit Online qualifier match, as I have been posting in the past. Instead, this is a match of me and my team playing. Now me and my team are not in the Pro Circuit. Basically my team is comprised of just a bunch of my friends that asked me about a week ago if I would start a team for them and if they could start game battling with me. And because we're really good friends, we play online all the time, I decided, yeah, why not, I run a YouTube page where I, post competitive gaming videos. I might as well play some competitive gaming. And so I started the team, and I invited them all to the team, and they were pretty much completely new to competitive gaming. Some of them had played a few game battles before on Modern Warfare 2, but all of them were completely new to playing Black Ops in competitive gaming. And so I thought I would use this video, and I'm going to create a sort of video series from this where I go through my games and sort of analyze and critique and show you guys how my team gets better over time. Alright, now as you're watching this video, you're going to be watching it from my point of view throughout the entire match, so that way if there's anyone out there who's actually ever wanted to watch and see how I play online, this is your opportunity. I'm going to be watching from my point of view throughout the entire match. Right there I get a nice hipfire kill. I jump in here and I murk this guy. Jump out. Oh, that was embarrassing. I'm going to have to put up the Gamma picture for that one. Alright, but now as I said, you're going to be watching the entire thing from my perspective, and so you're going to watch every round. You're going to watch like right there when I fail to pull off that 1 vs 3, and you're going to watch when I succeed, so you're just going to watch me throughout the entire match, see what I do right, see what I do wrong. And I thought this video would make for a great opportunity for me to talk about what sorts of things that new teams should go over together. Say you and your friends, have just recently gotten into competitive gaming, and you want to start a competitive team and you want to get a lot better. Or say you've been in competitive gaming for a long time and you just don't know how to make your team successful. I thought I'd use this time to sort of go through certain steps that would make your team successful. Now, don't get me wrong, this team of mine is really new, and I'm trying to teach them everything I know, and I don't know everything. I'm not saying I do, but I'm trying to teach them everything I know, and we're trying to work together a lot, and still we're not even doing that well on gamebattles.com. I believe our record is like 13 and 11 right now, so that basically means we have 13 wins and 11 losses. So in reality, we're really not that great of a team yet. However, to have a bunch of new players come into competitive gaming in Black Ops this late into the season, have a bunch of completely new players come into it, and be able to do that well is still pretty good, I think. And even though our record is pretty bad, we have actually beaten some really good teams. If you actually look at the team ladder right now, if you look at our recent matches, we beat the number 11 ranked team the other day. We beat them 2-0 on Search and Destroy. And so that's pretty impressive. We're a completely new team and we're able to beat some teams that are very talented, clearly can stay up at the top of the leaderboards, the top of the ladders. And so, but enough with that. So basically, I put this team together. 3 of my friends, they've basically only ever played online, like public gaming, and 2 of them are 15th prestige, and so they've played a lot of public, so I know that they're really good at the game. They have a lot of talent, gun skill and things like that, but competitive gaming is very different, and so some of them are having a lot of trouble, having a pretty hard time adjusting to it. But basically one of the first things we went over as a team, and what's the most crucial thing to go over as a team, is to go over like callouts. Because without callouts, when you're trying to communicate to your teammates, you just get stuck and you can't say anything to them and you can't describe where the enemies are, and you're going to fall short every time if you don't have callouts. So the number one most important thing I would say to go over with a new team, or with your team if you've been with them a long time, is to have callouts, have specific designated names for all the different parts inside the map. That's one of the very first things me and my team went over. Alright, now one of the second most important things is to have strategies, set your players into certain positions, because if you just put your team together and just spawn in on a match, you may all run to one bomb site all together and end up leaving the back of the map completely open for someone to flank you and come around and shoot all your teammates in the back. And so it's very important to have strategies, have certain people go to certain places and set up certain strategies so that way you can pin the enemies in their spawn, depending on the game mode, and you'll be a lot more successful if you have strategies. That's one of the other things that me and my teammates went over with, was the strategies, where each person would go on each and every map. One other thing that's important to mention is that I wanted to play MLG Variant, that's what I kind of wanted to do with these teammates, but they're more into Search and Destroy, and so that's why we're on the over ladder, which basically means we only have to play Search and Destroy, which is what they really wanted to do. And I really like the game mode Search and Destroy, so I had no problem with it at all. But that's just one thing I wanted to mention to you guys, that you're only ever going to see games of my team playing search and destroy matches because we're a search and destroy only team. Which is another thing that I do want to mention, is that a great way to begin in competitive gaming is to start off by playing Search and Destroy. Most people who play a lot of public gaming typically do play Search and Destroy because you get so many points per kill. And also, Search and Destroy is a lot more simple than all the other game modes. Now, Capture the Flag, when you play Capture the Flag, you need to know where the enemy's base is. You need to be able to push select constantly to know how many people are down. You need to know the spawn points very well. You need to know the best routes in order to run the flag, and that's just the start of it. There's a lot of stuff that comes to playing competitive Capture the Flag, and the same with competitive domination. However, Search and Destroy is a lot more simplistic. The same team spawns in the exact same spot at the beginning of every round, and so a lot of the rounds will look fairly similar to each other. And so a great way to get started in competitive gaming, and a great way to just get oriented with it, is to start off by playing Search and Destroy. And that's why I kind of did it with these teammates. One, it was their favorite game mode, and that's what they wanted to do on game battles. And two, it's also a great way to begin in competitive gaming, which all these other three teammates were completely new to Black Ops competitive gaming. Also, one thing that I do want to mention is that if you're just getting started in competitive gaming, it's much better to not play MLG variant. Most teams that play MLG variant are a lot more organized and have a lot more experience in competitive gaming. Don't get me wrong, you will find an occasional completely new team in MLG variant, but for the most part, a lot of them are actually a lot more experienced. And so, as you'll see here, we're playing the default settings, we're playing map gen settings, and basically what that means is that rapid fire is enabled, Warlord is enabled, a lot of stuff that isn't enabled in MLG variant is enabled in this. Basically these settings are a lot less strict than MLG variant. And so that's why you'll see me running around with the AK-74U with rapid fire attachment, because I personally think that that gun with a rapid fire attachment is incredibly powerful. It's definitely overpowered, but because it is enabled in the default settings, that's why I'm going to use it, is because it's just so powerful. Alright, now coming up in a minute, I'm about to pull off an ultimate fail. I try to throw this grenade over this building and just fail.
Level out, come on!
And one other thing I want to mention is that notice how on defense I pull out the AK-74U rapid fire, but on offense I use the FAMAS. The reasoning why that is because I know where I'm going to be at on each and every side that I'm on. You see, on defense, I know that I'm going to come around this area. This is the strategy that we worked out before the match started. And so because I know I'm in this sort of close encounter area, I know that the AK-74U is going to be a much better weapon for me. Because if I come in any close encounters, it's a submachine gun and it has rapid fire, and I'm using steady aim, and so I'm probably going to win the close encounter battles. However, on offense, we usually try to take the bomb towards B, and so because those are a lot of long-range encounters out there by Spotlight, that's why I use the FAMAS, because I'm expecting to get in more long-range encounters. And so having that strategy in my mind helps me better prepare myself for what weapon to use. You know, if I were to run that offense strategy with the AK-74U, I'd be in a lot of trouble if I got in a long-range fight out here on the outskirts of B. However, likewise, on defense, if I got in a really close-range battle, on defense near A, I'd be in a lot of trouble if I was just using a FAMAS if someone else on the opposite team was using an AK rapid fire. And so to have that strategy in your mind both helps you with you know, working together and effectively executing the strategy, but it also helps you to choose the right weapons that you're going to be using throughout that particular round that you're playing. Alright, so now back to the game. So basically we're in the 6th round, and we're on offense. And we're trying to put this bomb down. It's 2 versus 3 though, so I want to make sure that before I put the bomb down, I kill at least one other teammate. That way I can sort of even the odds for when I put the bomb down. That way it makes our chances better to successfully finish this round. If I put the bomb down and there's 3 teammates live on the opposite team, it's going to make things really tough for us defending that bomb. And so I'm the bomb runner right now, and so you'll notice a lot of hesitancy and me planting the bomb. Basically, I'm trying to find someone who's going to make a mistake, someone who's going to slip up. That way I can get one more person down, and then I'll feel a little more comfortable putting the bomb down. And so I'm sort of going back and forth in this B search and destroy room. And so my other teammate that's alive, his gamer tag is called Buttwipe, and he's actually my friend in real life. And so basically me and him are trying to go back and forth in this B search room, trying to get a kill. There you see I do get one kill. So now I've made it a 2 versus 2, so now I'm feeling a little bit better. I want to put the bomb down pretty soon. So here I go to start putting the bomb down. If you're out there and if you're unaware, if you just wiggle left and right, you'll actually plant the bomb silently. You don't have to spin around in circles. I've made videos before where I've talked about how you need to spin around in circles. You don't have to spin around in circles, you just have to wiggle left and right when you plant the bomb, and it'll plant silently. So there you see, I get that kill, and so now I've made it a 1 versus 1. And so here I plant the bomb purposefully without spinning at all, so that way I would make noise to see if the last guy alive would just jump right into the B search and destroy room. Unfortunately he didn't, so now I decided to switch up plans and go to A search and destroy spot. So basically I go there, I start to plant the bomb, and I got a little nervous there. I started to lay down and wiggle plant it, but I failed, and so I stood up and just sort of spun around in circles to plant it silently that way. And so now it's a 1 versus 1, and I'm in this zigzag area. This is the call-out spot that we use. It's called zigzag, and it's a really bad spot to be. I really just made a poor decision right there. When you plant the bomb, don't go to that spot. It's the most awful spot. I guess I was just getting kind of nervous because I really figured that the last guy knew exactly where I was at and that he was going to kill me at any moment. I was really surprised that I even got the bomb down, and so that's what happened there. Alright, so now we're in the 7th round and we're on offense. And so basically, typically we've been going to B, and they know that, and they're probably anticipating that. And so instead we switch up our plan and we try to get into A. Now as you see here, my friend Headless Crane gets killed first, but because he got killed I was able to know that I could rush in here and probably get that kill. And so that's what I did, and so now I even the odds. Now it's a 3 versus 3. And so I'm the team leader of the team, and basically what I'm trying to do is trying to organize my team to keep control of this A area. You know, anticipate that some people are going to probably try and sneak up in here and take control of this projector area as we use it in the callouts. And so I'm trying to tell them to stay up here, but unfortunately one of my teammates, Buttwipe, jumps out and gets killed. And so because he gets killed, though, it reveals the enemy's position. I'm able to kill him again, and so now it's a 2 versus 2. And so I sort of reiterate the same idea to my last teammate. His name is Graydon, and I say, you know, just sort of secure this A area down, and he does so. He gets a kill, and we've pretty well secured A. There's only one guy left, and so now I'm deciding, you know, now's probably a pretty good time to start putting the bomb down. And so I lay down to put the bomb, and the last guy begins to shoot Graydon up in the window. And so at that point I pretty much tell Graydon, let's get him, you know, let's charge in on this guy and get the kill. And so that's what we did. We both jumped in on him, and we end up getting the kill. And so we finish this match, we win it in overtime, 4-3, and as you see there, it was a really good game for me. I got 13 kills and only 4 deaths, and it's also impressive that I was the objective runner. I also got 2 bomb plants, and so it was a really good game for me, and it was also especially a really good game for my team. It was definitely a lot of teamwork that ended up getting us this win. My teammates giving me those callouts, also my teammates, unfortunately to say, my teammates getting killed, gave away the enemy's positions, getting me lots of kills, and so it was a great game, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd give this video a like rating, it would really help me out a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And that's all. My name's LuCKyy. Thanks for watching. Later.